Today we will be drawing a hand inspired by form line art and the art of the Haida Nation.
We are going to put an arm out in the air and we're going to put the opposite leg out like this. We can keep this leg and this arm just still, and we're going to do some rotations. So rotate your leg and arm, either way is fine. You're making small circles with your leg and arm. Good job. Then you can shake them out. Wah, 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 wah. Great work. We're gonna do the same thing with the other side. We're gonna put out our arm, put out our leg, and we're gonna do some rotations. Whew. If you fall like this, whoop, that's okay. We're gonna work on we're practicing keeping our balance. So we'll rotate our arm and leg a little bit, making tiny circles in the air. Good. Go ahead and shake them out. Good work. We'll come back to the middle, keeping our legs a little bit spread. And we're gonna put one arm out in the air. And we're gonna reach for a star. So we're gonna stretch for that arm. Good. We're gonna bring that star down to our opposite leg, just like this, our opposite foot. Great. We'll come back up. We're gonna reach the other arm out. Reach for a star, we're gonna stretch. Great, you got it. And we're gonna bring that star back down to our opposite foot. Good job. And come back up to the middle. We're gonna reach for one more star with either arm's okay. Reach for that star. We're gonna stand upright or put our feet together, reach for that star. You can pick what color that star is. And you're gonna put it right on the crown of your head, right in the center of your head. Right here, good. Now we're going to rotate and we're gonna keep our bodies centered. So we're gonna pretend that there's a line that goes through the center of our bodies and we're rotating on that axis, just like the earth rotates on its axis. So here we go, we're gonna rotate twice one way, keeping our bodies on that axis. I think that was once, right? And one more time. Great. And we'll rotate twice the other way, keeping our bodies on that axis. I have my eyes closed. You can keep them open if you want. Once. And thank you for doing the brain dance with me. Let's make some art!
Inspired by the artwork of Michael Yagulanas and also artwork from the Haida Nation, including ovoid shapes, U-shapes, and trigons, we are going to create a hand using those shapes. One is the ovoid, which is kind of like an oval that's been a little bit pinched on the top and bottom. So it's like a rainbow arch. It's been flattened a little bit on the top. And then this line that just slightly arches on the bottom. A U shape is kind of like a capital letter U, except the bottom of the U has been a little flattened. Almost kind of looks like a cup too. And then the trigon is like a triangle, so it has 3 sides, except the sides are a little pinched. It's like you had a Play-Doh triangle, kind of pinched in the sides a little bit to where they arch inwards. So we're gonna use these shapes to make a hand. So we're gonna start with the ovoid, and the ovoid we're going to use to make this part of our hand. So let's actually have our paper this way. And we are going to make an ovoid towards the bottom of our paper. And we can make it about the size of our actual hand if we want to. So an ovoid is like a rainbow arch, but it's a little more flat on the top. And we'll come back down like this. Great. Now we're going to connect this rainbow arch with a line down here that arches just a little bit. So I'm going to curl my end a little bit, come up just a little bit, and come back down. Ta-da! So we have made an ovoid that is going to be this part of our hand. Great. So now we got to do our fingers. we gotta do our wonderful fingers. What shape could we use for our fingers? What if we used a U shape, but upside down? So U shape is like a U that has a little more flattened bottom. So if we flip it around, it's kind of like a super tall rainbow arch that's a little flat on the top. And since our fingers are long and narrow, we can make our upside down U shape even taller and more narrow so it can be our fingers. So let's start with our pinky. So our pinky will go here, making an upside down U shape, comes up, it's a little flat on the top, and comes back down. Ta-da! All right, now let's do our ring finger, which is a little bit longer than our pinky. So we're gonna come up with a long, narrow, upside down U, a little taller than our pinky, kind of flat on the top, comes back down. Ta-da! Great. Let's do our middle finger. It's a little bit longer than our ring finger. So we're gonna make a long, narrow, upside down U shape. It's a little longer than the one we just made. Sort of flat on the top, comes back down. Cool. One more finger, or two more fingers. We gotta do our pointer finger right here. That's a little shorter than our middle finger. So we're gonna make a tall, narrow U shape, upside down U shape. That's a little shorter than the one we just made. Ta-da! So now we have these four fingers. We just need to make our thumb. So our thumb is kind of off to the side a little bit, and it's definitely shorter than these fingers. So we will make a U shape connected to our ovoid. That's a little wider and shorter than our other upside down U shapes. Ta-da! We have made a hand. So we have used an ovoid for this part of our hand. We used the U shape, just upside down and long and narrow for our fingers coming off the ovoid. Now we need to think about how we can use this trigon, which is three sides like a triangle. They're just pinched in a little bit. So maybe you want to make trigons for your fingernails. Maybe you want to make trigons sort of as a design right here. You can choose how you want to use trigons. I'm gonna have a trigon come up here. Kind of a little design. And you'll notice that I only had to make 2 lines of my trigon. I just had to make this line and this line, right here and right here, because this line or this edge of my trigon side was made by this line of my ovoid. So right here, here, here. So I'm gonna make another trigon right here. And this makes my third side right here. Make another trigon right here. This makes my third side right here. Make another trigon right here. Third side right here. Make another one right here. And I have my third side right here. Awesome. So my friends, we have made a hand drawing using these three shapes that are often found in Haida art. Great work!
Now here are some options if you'd like to make some more art.
You could just practice using these shapes to make your own drawing, to build your own drawing out of these 3 shapes.
What drawings or designs can you make using ovoids, U-shapes, and trigons? If you're feeling up for the challenge, you can click on the video in your asynchronous activity with this image to learn how to draw this Haida-inspired bird head.